Hey, yo, what's up, dudes, and welcome to the countdown to the Short Hair Don't Care Fantasy Football League 2022 draft. We are in here. I haven't been doing these all throughout the offseason, so we do a lot of them at once. We do quick hits with as many people as possible, one a day, dropping until the draft. 7 days, I'm trying to get in as many as possible, but because I have been known to drone on, I am putting a 10-minute time limit on everybody with a timer on the screen to make sure that it doesn't happen. One little note for this first video, I forgot to switch the scene on my recording software. So the first little bit of it is just me, and then when I realized it, I switch over so you can see our guest. So I apologize for that, but I'm not redoing it because we just finished and I just realized it, and I don't feel like editing it out or anything. So it's only a couple seconds worth, but you'll be fine. So without further ado, I am happy to introduce our first guest on the countdown to the draft, and that is the man who is very difficult to get, not because he doesn't like us like somebody else, but because of the time difference. The man all the way from Barcelona, it's Nathan. And we are here with the man from Barcelona himself. Nathan has joined us, soon to be wed. Congratulations, my friend. You guys should have seen it. I wasn't recording it, but you should have seen it. He had a really great groom-to-be background on his Zoom before he changed it. I tried to convince him to keep it. I tried to rush and press record, but he got rid of it too quickly. So we'll have to leave that maybe for a video next year and make it a surprise appearance. So I briefly explained it to Nathan before we got on here, but these are the rules. I'm dropping as many of these as possible, and everyone likes to drone on, especially myself. So I'm putting a 10-minute timer for me, so I shut up after 10 minutes and let people go because I know everyone's got busy schedules, and Nathan's literally on the other side of the world. So here we go, 10 minutes. Nathan, how are you, buddy?
Good. Happy to be back into the fantasy football world.
Yeah, we were just talking about being in Europe, living in Barcelona and all that, that you have not really been keeping up with the NFL. Have you started paying attention and seeing names that you just don't recognize, or realize that no one's on the same team anymore, or where are you at in your process?
Yeah, so one of the things that happens, I used to watch some football while I was over here because the 1 p.m. games would be 7 p.m. here, so not so bad. Then the Falcons went to shit, and so I quit watching as much. And that was okay. I mean, I still knew most of the players, but yeah, now 5 years over here, there are a lot of new names. I don't know who they are. Um, I I read enough to know that I know nothing. Um, I realized that when I was looking at my keepers and not having any clue who anyone was. So um, yeah, I mean, I'm fucked. So that's about it.
so so we are preparing for the potential first return to the toilet bowl. Uh, is that are you concerned about being the first repeat toilet bowl participant?
I've got a healthy concern, but I just feel like it wouldn't be right for me to beat Randy to that milestone. I just I don't know if I deserve the record books as much as he does, and so um, I'm hoping that things go my way and we don't have to do that to him.
Well, so not paying attention. So either you'll be drafting like it was 2015, or you do almost like what we did with the other league, where everyone just drafts Georgia Tech players or Atlanta players. Or are you just kind of rely on, we have the ESPN ADP kind of there where it tells you the top players available. Are you kind of just going chalk? Is that your plan? Or are you going to do some research and maybe finagle your ranks a little bit?
Well, I want to keep my cards close to my chest and not
Yeah,
reveal too much,
fair enough. Fair
but
enough.
you know, those are some good suggestions. I'll look into them, see what makes the most sense for the organization at the moment. Also, not above bribing Lulu or something like that, and seeing what I can get out of that. So, yeah, exploring my different options. I've got a little bit of time here. We'll see.
That is true. We are still about a week away, or literally a week away. It's today Saturday, a week away from the draft. Speaking of, so it is currently scheduled for next Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern, which I try to finagle the time so you would be available. Are you gonna be available for the draft? Because I think that's Saturday night for you. Or what time is it for you right now? Let's do it that way.
Yeah, so 11 a.m. Eastern would be 5 p.m. here. So, um, I should be able to make a couple picks.
Okay.
Um,
Get your early rounds in.
yeah.
I guess those are the important ones, right? Make sure you get the best players, and then
Yeah, what happens if I'm like, do I just take next best available like
yeah.
the ADP?
So we'll use ESPN standard ADP. They have a half point PPR specific ADP for their ranks. So we'll go the next best available player for a position that you need, but we won't do kicker and defense. So like we'll fill out your roster, and then after that we'll just keep going running back, wide receiver, best available until your last two picks, and then we'll go kicker, defense, your last two picks, and that way
Okay.
you have as many skill position players you have to kind of work with. Um, and also it's pretty loose. Like I think everyone in the league is like pretty amenable to the situation where they'll be like, okay, he's set to pick this person, but they just tore their ACL. Let's not pick that person for him. You know what I mean? I think that we can have the discussion in the room. There'll be apparently a lot of people in the room, more than I expected in Atlanta. So, well, but in general, we'll probably just take best available for what you need. Yeah.
Okay. No, I like that. I mean, wisdom of the crowds, uh, or ESPN. Better than I can do on my own, I'm sure.
Unless you piss everybody off, and then we all just draft like retired players for you, and then, but that probably won't work because then you leave, and then we're all assholes. But
Yeah.
speaking of the
So
draft, so you are. I have it here on my. I'm going to share my screen right quick because I have it somewhere here. Okay, so here's our fancy little draft board that Brian made for us, which is nice. Thank you, Brian. Who got it off of Reddit and then made it for us. So you were drafting fourth overall, and your only keeper is Kyler Murray in the sixth round. So your quarterback, you're set on quarterback basically. Uh, Now fourth overall is this? Well, I guess if you're not really super familiar with the players that are available, are you happy with your spot? Do you wish it was higher or even a little lower for value, or do you have do you know where you're going? Because it feels like the top three in some order are probably going to be Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, and Austin Eckler, in my opinion. So if you assume those, you could be looking at Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris, or be the first wide receiver off the board with Justin Jefferson, but an incredible year in Minnesota last year. So I know you're not you're
yeah,
not gonna you're not gonna tell us who you're gonna pick, and it's kind of hard to know because you never know what Paul's gonna do right in front of you, which is kind of like the wild card. Having Paul pick right in front of you is a little rough because he's like out of left field sometimes.
yeah. But I mean, I do think I like being in the top half of the first round. I like that better than getting to the back half.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm picking seventh, and it does feel like well in general this year the main conversation is like there's three running backs and three wide receivers. So if you're within the top six picks, like you're set. Except Jesse has Cooper Cup and Nashad has Jamar Chase, which are two of those top three wide receivers. So we're really looking at three top running backs and one top wide receiver that are available, and you're in the four spot. So I feel like worst case scenario, you're still getting one of the most elite players in fantasy at either position, whatever falls to you, unless something goes absolutely insane in the first three picks, because again, all. So
Well,
I feel like
Oscar's
four. I feel like you're in a good
um,
spot. Say it again.
too bad Oscar's not picking in front of me. I mean, I think that was the biggest surprise in the early picks of a draft. However many years ago when the
Yeah,
emotion get the best of him.
you never know when a Lamar Miller is going to go first overall or whatever, and everyone gets to pick whoever they want then. But here's the thing: is coming back around, he will be picking in front of you in the second round, so he could surprise you there, and never know what he screws up or makes better for you. You never know. Uh, so yeah, fourth overall, I think you're in a good spot. Last season, you finished 7-6, third in the East. Uh, Basically, great running backs, Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones. I think we're all very, very happy that you can no longer keep Aaron Jones. You had him for like 4 years, an incredible keeper at his value for you, and now he's back in the pool. I'm personally happy about that. I'm sorry for you, but I'm I'm happy that you can't keep him. Um, so yeah, just the one keeper, but I mean, an above average season, obviously 7-6, not horrible.
Yeah, you guys are really struggling, huh? I didn't remember doing that well. That's encouraging.
Well, we'll see how this goes. Well, fourth means that you lost the consolation semifinal is what this means because Jesse won, Lulu was second, and then Paul would have beaten you in the third place game. So that's still not bad. Obviously, Oscar and Brian were in the middle, and then Randy and I were in the toilet bowl. So, oh, oh no, actually no, yeah. So Randy is the first double video already. This year is Randy's double year. I just realized that. So you wouldn't be the first. There you go. So no worries then. You wouldn't be the first.
Perfect.
Randy's already the
Uh,
first. But this is his first music video, technically.
and
His first video was a Super Saiyan video. It was not a music video. So you could be the first double music video, I suppose, if you end up in the bottom.
we'll see. We'll see.
Well, since you haven't been keeping up with American football, have you been keeping up with European football more over there? Are you the big Barcelona fan now?
Um, I wouldn't say I'm a big Barcelona fan. It's kind of fun. They're a bit of a dumpster fire. So it's nice to see the whole city go crazy when they do dumb things, and now they're spending all this money they don't have. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I don't know if you saw they're just trading future TV revenue and whatnot to raise money for the short term.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that in the next like minute and a half, if you can make sense to any of us. Because I know Oscar's a Barcelona fan as well, or at least he was back in high school. I have no idea how they're doing what they're doing. It feels like they're just spending monopoly money, and like you said, they're spending future TV rights, so that screws them 10 years down the line to sign players this year that they had to register the night before the season started, and they're still trying to sell players to make up the money. And it's like, what is going on financially? But can you make sense of it? Like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's that simple. They have restrictions in the league that say you can't spend more money than you make or something along those lines. So, because of COVID, they lost out on a lot of revenue. They also have a bunch of bad salaries, so they're paying people a lot of money. And really, the only way they could sign new players or register their players was to generate income. So they sold, you know, something like 20% of the next 25 years of TV revenue. And then they sold like an internal department that does like marketing for them. They sold like, I think 50% of it to two different companies for like 100 million each. So they basically raised like 800 million simply so they could sign some players this year, but at the expense of the next 25 years worth of revenue. So I mean, I don't think anybody thinks it's a good idea. Uh,
Jesus, I was gonna say
but
25 years of revenue. Like that's a long time. Like people talk about in the NBA trading. Oh, the timer's done. Okay, that's fine. Trading draft picks too far down the line. I want to understand how this works. Trading draft picks too far down the line to trade like the Lakers right now. They don't want to trade a 2029 draft pick. But Barcelona just sold 25 years of revenue, or 20% of 25 years of revenue. Like that's insane. Also, Barcelona being one of the biggest clubs in the world, not being able to generate enough revenue to sign the players they want, or they just had bad contracts that, like you said, that they couldn't get rid of. Like that could, like the Coutinho saga is kind of hilarious to watch it. Just the wages that they bought him for and then had to like loan him out and basically give him away for free is just like it's insane how much money they've lost. But I don't know. It's been interesting. It's crazy to see Barcelona. Hopefully, you don't do that with your team. Don't mortgage the next 25 years of your
yeah,
team for to avoid the toilet bowl this year. Um,
I
but yeah,
really
man.
don't know how to, so that saves me.
Well, it's great catching up with you, buddy. That's the 10 minutes that we got. I'll drop this in the group so everyone can say hi and see you. Hopefully, we'll get you for as much of the draft next Saturday as we can, and if not, we will do our best on your behalf. So, good luck for the season, buddy. Always reach out if you need anything. We're here for you. Congratulations again on the engagement and the soon-to-be nuptials. We are all very happy for you. I freely speak for the whole league when I say that we're happy for you. And I mean, obviously you're over there, you're enjoying it, so keep doing your thing, man. It's great to talk to you.
Likewise, likewise. I'll catch up with everyone next week. Everyone's always welcome over here in Barcelona, so let me know if you're around. And go easy on me this year because I don't want to do another music video. Thanks, guys.
All right, see ya.
Later.